I was holding my phone in the grocery store checkout line when I saw it. The family group chat, 37 people, 3 generations, cousins I hadn't spoken to in years, was exploding. Messages were coming in so fast the screen couldn't keep up. My hands were shaking so badly, I nearly dropped the phone into the conveyor belt. The first message I read was from my Aunt Linda. "How could you do something so disgusting?" Then my cousin Brianna. "You're actually sick in the head." I scrolled up, my heart hammering in my chest, my vision tunneling, and that's when I saw it. My mother's message, sent at 2:47 p.m., just 11 minutes ago. I can't stay silent anymore. Everyone needs to know the truth about what Emma did. She lied about losing the baby. She faked her miscarriage for attention and sympathy. I have proof. I'm done protecting her. Below, it was a screenshot. My text messages with her. Private conversations from 4 months ago, edited, cropped, stripped of context, twisted into something I didn't recognize. The cashier asked me if I was okay. I didn't answer. I couldn't breathe. Because 4 months ago, I actually lost my baby at 13 weeks. I hemorrhaged in my bathroom at 2 in the morning. My husband found me on the floor. The ER doctor told me there was nothing they could do. And now my own mother had just told my entire family that I made it up, that I didn't move from that spot in the grocery store for nearly 10 minutes. People walked around me like I was an obstacle. My phone kept buzzing, messages, calls, notifications lighting up one after another. I turned it off. I left my cart where it was and walked out into the parking lot. I sat in my car with the engine running and the air conditioning blasting even though it was cold outside. I felt like I was drowning. My mother and I had never been close. That was something I'd accepted a long time ago. She was controlling, critical, the kind of person who turned every conversation into a performance where she was the star and I was the disappointment. But I never thought she hated me. Not like this. When I found out I was pregnant last year, I didn't tell her right away. My husband Jake and I waited until the 12-week mark, the so-called safe zone. I knew she'd have opinions. She always did. But I thought maybe, just maybe, this would be the thing that softened her. That made her proud. I was wrong. She spent the entire announcement dinner talking about how I wasn't ready to be a mother, how I didn't make enough money, how Jake's job wasn't stable enough. She asked if we were sure we wanted to bring a child into this mess. I smiled through it. I always did. 3 weeks later, I woke up bleeding. The miscarriage happened fast and slow at the same time. The physical pain was unbearable, but the emotional collapse took longer. I felt like my body had betrayed me, like I'd failed at something fundamental. Jake held me while I sobbed. He didn't know what to say, so he just stayed. I told my mother the next day. I called her because I genuinely thought she would care, that she'd come over, or at least say something comforting. Instead, she sighed. She said, "Well, maybe it's for the best. You weren't ready anyway." I hung up on her. I didn't speak to her for 2 weeks. When I finally did, it was because she texted me saying I was being dramatic and that she was only trying to help. I responded. I tried to explain how much her words had hurt me. I told her I needed space. I told her I was grieving. That's when the text started. She accused me of shutting her out. She said I was punishing her for being honest. She said I was using the miscarriage as an excuse to cut her off, that I was milking it for sympathy, that I'd always been overdramatic. I didn't respond after that. I blocked her number. I thought that would be the end of it. But I was wrong. Because 4 months later, sitting in my car outside a grocery store, I realized she'd been planning this the whole time. I turned my phone back on at home. Jake was at work. I was alone. The messages hadn't stopped. I had over 200 unread texts, missed calls from family members I hadn't heard from in years, voicemails I couldn't bring myself to listen to. I opened the family group chat again, my stomach twisting. My mother had sent more messages. She was performing for them. She wrote long paragraphs about how she'd tried to protect me but couldn't enable my lies anymore. She said I'd manipulated everyone, that I used the miscarriage to get sympathy and donations. People had sent us money, meals, flowers, and that I was a con artist. She posted more screenshots. Messages where I'd said I wasn't ready to talk yet. Messages where I'd asked her to stop contacting me. She framed every one of them as proof that I was hiding something. And people believed her. My uncle commented, "I knew something was off." A cousin I barely knew said, "This is why I don't trust anyone anymore." One of Jake's aunts, someone I'd met twice, wrote, "Your poor mother. She raised you better than this." I felt like I was watching my life collapse in real time. Then my phone rang. It was my dad. He told me he didn't believe her. He said he knew what really happened, that he was there when I called from the hospital, that he remembered. But his voice was tired. He said my mother had been building a case for weeks. She told extended family members privately that I was lying, planting seeds, waiting for the right moment to go public. He said, "She's been planning this since you blocked her number." That's when it hit me. This wasn't about the miscarriage. This was punishment. This was her way of destroying me because I dared to set a boundary. But then I found something that changed everything. I went through my email. I still had access to our shared family iCloud account. My mother had set it up years ago and never removed me. I scrolled through her recent activity. Photos, documents, messages. And that's when I saw it. A folder labeled Emma, Evidence. Inside were screenshots of my social media posts from the months after the miscarriage. Pictures of me smiling at a friend's birthday party. A photo Jake posted of us at dinner. A selfie I'd taken on a good day when I finally felt like myself again. She'd saved every single one. And beneath each image, she'd written captions. Notes to herself. "She doesn't look sad here." This was only 6 weeks after. Too soon. Faking it. She'd been building this for months. But there was more. In another folder, I found a draft email she'd written to my employer. She accused me of using bereavement leave fraudulently. She claimed I'd taken time off under false pretenses and that my company should investigate me. She hadn't sent it yet, but it was dated for next week. I felt the air leave my lungs. This wasn't just a family group chat outburst. This was a coordinated campaign to destroy my reputation, my relationships, my career. She wanted to ruin me. And then I found the final piece. Buried in her message history was a thread with my Aunt Linda. My mother had written, "I need to make her understand that she can't treat me this way. If I take everything from her, she'll have no choice but to apologize and let me back in. She'll need me." She wasn't angry. She wasn't hurt. She was strategic. I sat on my bedroom floor for hours, staring at those messages. My mother didn't think I faked my miscarriage. She knew it was real. She knew I was grieving. She just didn't care. She wanted control. And when I took that away from her by setting a boundary, she decided to take everything from me instead. I called Jake. I told him everything. He came home immediately. When he saw the screenshots, he didn't say anything for a long time. Then he said, "We're getting a lawyer." But I didn't want a lawyer. Not yet. I wanted the truth to come out the same way the lie did. I spent the next 3 hours compiling everything. The hospital discharge papers. The text she'd edited and the full, unedited versions. The emails she'd drafted. The folder she'd labeled Evidence. Her messages to my aunt. Then I posted it all in the family group chat. I didn't write a long speech. I didn't defend myself. I just uploaded the files one by one and wrote, "Here's the truth. All of it. I'm done." Then I left the group chat. I blocked everyone except my dad. I deleted Instagram, Facebook, everything. Within an hour, my phone started ringing again. But this time, the messages were different. Apologies.
Shame.
People saying they should have asked me first, that they were sorry, that they didn't know. My mother didn't respond. 2 days later, my dad told me she'd left the group chat too. She'd stopped answering calls. She told people I'd doctored the screenshots, but no one believed her anymore. A week after that, my Aunt Linda texted me privately. She said my mother had asked her to say the screenshots were fake. Linda refused. She said, "I didn't realize how far she'd go. I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner." I didn't respond. Because here's the thing I finally understood. My mother didn't need me to forgive her. She needed me to break. And I refuse to give her that. I don't talk to her anymore. I don't think I ever will. Some people think I'm heartless for that. They say she's still my mother, that I should try to repair things. But they didn't see the folder. They didn't read the emails. They don't know what it's like to realize that the person who gave birth to you sees you as a problem to solve, not a person to love. I'm still healing. Some days are harder than others. But I'm rebuilding my life on my terms now. Without her voice in my head. Without her approval. And honestly, I've never felt more free. If you've ever been betrayed by someone who is supposed to protect you, I hope you know you're not alone. And if my story helped you feel a little less invisible today, maybe you could help someone else find it too. Share it. Or just leave a comment. Sometimes knowing someone else understands is enough. That's it for more stories. Subscribe to The Telling Tree.